Welcome to Run Free and Strong. I'm Reto. I'm 10 weeks out from my third Yeti 100-mile endurance run in Abingdon, Virginia. Let's go, guys. And in this video, I'll walk you through the 10-week training plan while sharing some footage from my very first ultra, the 2020 edition of the Yeti 100, which unfortunately ended in a DNF for me at mile 72 because of my chronic back injury.
Two things today. Trains don't make lefts and they don't make rights. Neither should you. Everyone here has worked so fucking hard to be here. It has a lot of guts just to stand here today. This is your day. Fucking enjoy it. You guys ready? Go.
Okay, off we go. 7 Mile Point, Taylor's Valley aid station. Hip hip hooray. All right, cowbells, great support, guys. It's been raining the whole time, and between running at night, running in rain, and running the first 14 miles up towards White Top Mountain, 3% grade, definitely 3 challenges right in the beginning.
To provide a little bit of background and context, I'll share my 5-year trail and ultra journey with you. Very quickly, I have attempted 12 races, completed 8, and DNF'd 4. The DNFs were some of my most valuable lessons and helped me grow and develop in the trail and ultra scene. Just a couple of quick highlights. As mentioned, I DNF'd the Yeti 100 in 2020. 2 months later, came back and ran the COVID-19 edition of the virtual Yeti at a local park in Connecticut and got it done. 2021 was my most prolific year to date, and I finished 3 out of 4 ultras. The 7 trails, which was run on the same creeper trail in Virginia as the Yeti, then came back that September and completed the Yeti, and then finished the year in November with the JFK 50 miler, ran that one for time, and finished in 9 hours and 50 minutes. Continued running in 2022 and 2023, but only attempted and completed one 50K local ultra, the Jack Bristol Lake Warmog 50K. Got back to it in 2024. Started off the year with a DNF at the Canyons by UTMB 100 miler. Then completed my first mountain trail race, the Abingdon Marathon, in July. Then traveled down to southwestern Virginia in September for another run at the Yeti 100. Unfortunately, that was canceled at the last minute because of Hurricane Helene. And then ran a local timed event, the 8 hours at the farm, in November, and that was really fun. So far in 2025, ran the 50K Jack Bristol Lake Warmog race again, finished that, and then stepped up in Verbier from the marathon distance to the X-Traversée 76K. Dropped out of that one due to dizziness from altitude, jet lag, steep climbing. There's a video on that. And now looking for redemption at the Yeti 100 on September 26th.
Past 16 miles, heading downhill, enjoying the bucolic scenery here. These farms. Hayes in the barn. Good job. Next aid station at 21 miles. Taylor Valley. How you doing? Good job, guys. Virginia Creeper Trail is famous for, I believe, over 130 trestles along the trail. Hey guys, I think I hit my first low. Passed 25 miles in 5 hours and 8 minutes.
Here's a quick look at what's coming up in the next 6 to 9 months. 6 races, including both the Yeti that I mentioned, as well as another return to the 7 trails. And then in May of 2026, gonna give it a go at the Sedona Canyons 125 miler.
Hey guys, just left the Damascus 8 station. It was a little bit of a long break. Let's say about 20 minutes. I had to change my clothes, totally soaking wet. I'm about 6.5 hours in, about 30 miles, so we're almost at 32 miles. And I was around 31.1 miles, which I think is roughly a 50K at sub 6 hour, 50 minute pace. Started at 5 a.m., it's 1 p.m., 8 hours, 36 miles, 36.75 miles in 8 hours. So still running ahead, definitely in a pain cave at this point, definitely physically hurting. Mentally, I'm strong, I'm good.
The Yeti 100 miler starts on White Top Mountain and runs 34 miles along the Virginia Creeper Trail to Abingdon, back to White Top, and back to Abingdon. It's a groomed trail with about 3,000 feet of vert, so very modest. It's all climbing up from Damascus up to White Top Mountain, which happens for most of us to be in the night. Because of the aforementioned devastation from Hurricane Helene, the U.S. Forest Service has initiated an 18-month restoration plan. I think they're making good progress. However, the entire 34 miles are not likely to be open by race time, so we're all eagerly and anxiously awaiting the final course from the race director, Jason Green. The Damascus to Abingdon segment is 17 miles. Maybe we can go up partially towards White Top Mountain, probably not all the way. Maybe to Taylor Valley, that would add another 7 miles, so that would make it 24. We'll just have to wait and see.
It's been raining for 8 freaking hours. You can see the trail is just flooded in a lot of places, and it's kind of when you're tired, you don't want to run through the puddles. It makes it worse. The shoes get even heavier. But having to run around these things and pay attention, it's just adds to the struggle. The Yeti turnaround point. We're gonna cross one of the big trestles.
You want one of you? No. Okay.
Yeah, this thing is like a quarter mile across.
My race objectives are very simple. Complete the 100 miler in sub 28 hours. I ran it in 28:15. That's my PB for the 100 mile distance. Let's see if we can improve on that. To put the race plan together, I've given some thought to risks and potential issues. Goes without saying that I need to ensure over the next 10 weeks I have sufficient training under my belt, including many back-to-back long runs on the weekends. 3 out of my 4 DNFs are a result of my chronic lower back injury. I have 2 herniated discs, and late in very long races, or also in technical mountain trail races, I suffer from severe inflammation, which at some point impedes me from moving forward, and I need to drop. The remaining 3 points here are familiar to most trail and ultra runners who've attempted a trail and ultra race: bonking, mental low points, and unknown weather conditions. Before diving into the detailed week-by-week, 10-week training plan, here's the race strategy and the key components of that plan. As mentioned, I want to complete the 100 miles in sub 28 hours. We're going to go the first 50 miles in sub 14 and assess the second half of the race. In my experience running 100 milers, the race really starts at 50 miles, and it's really the second half where we start to suffer physically and mentally, and it gets tough. If we're good at the halfway point, we'll keep pushing. If we're not so good, we're going to ensure that we finish by the 30-hour cutoff. We're going to start with a run-walk strategy, most likely 3 minutes of running, 2 minutes of walking, 3 minutes of running, and 2 minutes of walking. and we'll see how far we can keep that going. We're gonna use trekking poles for the entire race, and that is to protect my lower back. It's not a technical course, it's not a steep course, but it will definitely help my back injury. I need to be very efficient through aid stations and with my drop bags. I learned that from the JFK 50 miler, where I was literally in and out of aid stations in a minute or two, and we're gonna need to do the same. Worth mentioning is that we want to start the race properly fueled and properly hydrated. If we're in a caloric or hydration deficit at the start, it's gonna be a long day. So here are the training plan highlights. We want to do very race-specific training, which means back-to-back long runs on groomed railed trails. We want to practice our run-walk strategy, we want to carry a full hydration vest, and we want to use our trekking poles. Although most of our training is going to be on groomed trails with modest vert, we do want to maintain our technical trail running and a little bit more vert, given that we've got 2 mountain races coming up later this year. So we're going to mix some of that in. We're going to continue doing some faster running, be it track workouts, tempo runs, hill repeats, zone 3 and zone 4. In addition to workouts, we're going to attempt 2 to even 3 strength and mobility sessions per week. We're going to need to hit the gym. Very important is that we want to visualize the race during our training, work through potential risks and issues, focus on positive outcomes, and train the mind. We're going to practice fueling and hydration during our long runs, and I like to set up my car as an aid station and do some loops or some out and backs so we can frequent our car every 5 to maybe 8 miles.
Hey guys, just past 46 miles. We're coming back to the Damascus aid station. We're at 10 hours and 11 minutes, and I'm seriously struggling. It's still raining and I'm low on fuel, so definitely need some food here to keep going. Food and dry clothes. Take it aid station to aid station, 1 foot in front of the other.
Here's a look at the 10-week plan. Feel free to pause the video. I'm not going to read through it. There's a lot of information here. As you can see, weeks 1 through 4, we're building up volume and intensity from 30 miles per week to 70 miles per week. Weeks 5 and 6, we'll consolidate, adapt, adjust, drop down a little bit to 60 miles per week. Weeks 7 and 8, we're going to ramp up again to 70, respectively 80 miles, then drop down to 50 miles, again consolidate, adapt, adjust, and then taper week 10, 30 miles, and then we are in race week.
Hey guys, we are leaving the Damascus aid station and we've got 64 miles done, 36 to go. No, I cannot walk anymore. My left hip collapsed, so I told, yeah, I couldn't even walk. I was stumbling.
Like, do you have somebody come in to help?
The couple of runners that went to the aid station, but if you can also let them know, number 203.
203,
yeah.
Oh man, I am so sorry.
Yeah, it's a big bummer. I was doing great.
We just finished week 1, and although it was a modest week, it was a successful week. I'm very happy with that. And you can see the breakdown: 5 days, 30 miles, about 1,250 feet of vert, and 6 hours time on feet. If you found the Yeti 100-mile 10-week training plan useful, we'd appreciate if you gave the video a big thumbs up, smash that like button if you're not already following or would like to come along and see how our training progresses and how our race goes. Please click subscribe, join us. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.